Hello, I'm going to go for a walk. It's after a little bit of a drive. I've driven down to an undisclosed location, which is known secretly as Buzzard Roost. Some of you that know will know, and most of you will not. Anyway, it's my brother and sister-in-law's place, and we're going to go take a little quick walk through the woods before we head back to Louisville. So I thought I would take you with me. This is their house, and this is all their place. Now, there used to be a trail back down through here, but it is not there anymore, so we're not going to go that way. So we're going to go around. Wait, where is the road down? Is it over there? I think it is over there. It doesn't look like anyone's gone down it in a minute. But let's do it anyway. Alright, this looks like where some kind of vehicle is tracked. So we'll head down through here. It's a very nice day down here. Oh look, there's milkweed. It is, what is that? I can't remember what that is called. It's a cool plant though. It's ironweed, I think. Got all kinds of flowers going on. Well, I'm glad I just sprayed myself down with off as we're having to cut through this tall grass. It's not as bad over here next to the woods. It's 93 degrees out here right now, and it's, at the moment, the sun's behind a cloud, but I would say it's probably mostly sunny. I mean, sun's up there, but it's mostly blue skies. Yeah, humidity's not so high today, which is nice. Got some Queen Anne's lace. I don't know what this stuff is. It does not seem to have any smell. I thought it had like a lemony smell, but I must be thinking of something else. It's a fun drive down here. I'll probably record a little bit of a time lapse on my way back to Louisville. Just because I always enjoy, spider web right in the forehead. At least it was the forehead, not the mouth. And I just had to duck under another one. That spider was probably just for a second like, oh my God, I got the mother load. Yeah, it's really, really pretty drive. I think I'm wrong about where the little road is, but we'll just keep going this way. This is where the, I don't know, maybe we'll just turn into the woods here in a second. Just for shits and giggles. There's a lot of flat stones. I think that the soil's pretty thin here. A lot of shale under this, geographically. This is pretty central Kentucky. We're just a little south outside of the actual, what they call the Bluegrass Basin, I think that's what it's called. Probably should have looked at my geography book before I came out here, or geology book, I mean. Electric fence. Boy, I don't think that's been used for a long time. It doesn't even have wire on it. I figure we'll walk up here and see what happens. But anyway, there's apparently it's pretty easy to hit natural gas down in here. I'm surprised they're not in here developing it more, but I've got a feeling because of it being such a loose shale formation that they can't use injection drilling on it because of it would just immediately get into the water system. And I think it's all pretty close to the surface. It's weird. Kentucky has a lot of oil, a lot more oil than you'd think. And I think for a period, west central Kentucky was sort of the main place for asphalt in the country because of the combination of tar and gravel, kind of round gravel down there. Now I'm just looking for a deer track in here. I should have gone along the woods there and just dove in that way. But I don't know. I don't know if I've ever actually walked up here, so I'm going to. It's Saturday afternoon. So, actually evening. It's about 5 o'clock Eastern time. So, not going to spend a lot of time out here. Oh yeah, some black-eyed Susans just out here. Got some wildflowers and stuff going on here underneath of this right-of-way for the electric line. It sounds like somebody's either hunting or practicing for the apocalypse off in the distance there. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's either a bump stock or fully automatic. I don't know what's wrong with people. Of course, the way things are going, both sides might want to be armed up. I'm going to turn this off now and see if I can't find a way back into these woods. Okay, we are back in here. An awful lot of poison ivy along these tracks. Boy, so much poison ivy. Shoot, where am I going to go? I want to get around this because that's just full of poison ivy right there. Can I go around this side maybe? Maybe I can. See, all that's poison ivy. And that. Alright, so I'm hyper allergic to this crap too. Alright. There's more. And then there's. Okay. And over here. And there. And there's more poison ivy. And more. And more. And it's hiding out underneath of everything. It's coming for me. Alright, come on. Alright, here we go. I got around it. So this is some kind of little, was a path or a road at some point. Obviously. I mean, there's definitely a pretty clear track. It's been a very long time since it was in use, I think. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure. Maybe 20 or 30 years or more. Oh, crap. There's even more down in the grass here. All right. Looking for a good deer trail. I would have thought they would come down along this thing, but yeah, I mean, this poison ivy just everywhere. And apparently, thanks to increasing CO2 levels, it's going to get more and more toxic. Yay! Yay for the poison ivy. As a matter of fact, it seems as though almost everything that is bad will get worse thanks to poison ivy. Okay, so I can definitely pick out where this little road used to be. So I'm just going to keep following it. Whoa! Sorry, spider. I don't know if you probably can't even see that. But here you go. Let me focus on. There it is. It's not happy about me doing this, but I'm just going to duck under. All right. And then I just walk right into another spider web. It's just one strand, though. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this just keeps crawling across the top of the... We're up on a ridge. It seems to drop off on that side and drop off on this side. So, I don't even know if I'm still on their property. Probably. I think there's a fence. But yeah, this was definitely a road at some point. I think that they originally had cattle up here. There is an old stacked stone wall. Another spider web to the face. Up, in front of us somewhere. But I don't think we're going to go that far. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to veer off to the left here in a minute. It seems to keep moving me a little bit towards the west, which is not the direction I want to go. Maybe in through these cedars. Nah, let's see if we can't find a little bit thicker woods than that. Well, now that we're up here higher, yeah, there's some poison ivy, but it doesn't seem to be as bad as it was. I'm sorry, spider. There's so many of you. It's good to, I mean, it's got to have something to do with the health out here of everything, because, man, drove all the way down here from Louisville. This is the middle of summer. Not a bug on my car. That's just disturbing. It's like over an hour, through the countryside. There should be bugs all over the car, and there aren't. Man, this poison ivy is just awful. Okay. I think if I step over here, don't fall down. Oh, man. Oh, honey locust, I love you. Just got stabbed really nice. Right side of the hand. Okay, all right. I think we're past the poison ivy now. All right, I'm going to cut to the left here and just bushwhack for a while. Oh, these cedar cusps are kind of nice. Ow, that hurt. And Dakota's gone that way, but I don't want to go that way. She'll come see where I've gone in a minute. Okay, I'm going to turn this off as I try to find my way back to the house. Okay, so found a deer trail here. There's two problems with deer trails. One is deer ticks, which I did spray myself, so hopefully I will avoid any, and hopefully the flea and tick treatments for Dakota will work. She's also got a Sargento collar on. So, well, this looks like it's actually another road now that I've stepped onto it. It has the right width, like a little bit too wide for being the woods. But there's definitely a deer trail. The other problem with them is that the deer are much shorter than people. So they don't break off like neck level limbs and stuff for me. Oh, that's interesting. That looks almost like a foundation stone that I just stepped over. Kind of buried in the ground. Yeah, there's more machine gun fire. Yay. America. So, go past this cedar here. There's a little bit less poison ivy down here. We're actually running down a little tributary that's going to go into the stream. Or is that the stream? Maybe that is. Yeah, I think it must be. So, right over there. Boom, 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 boom. This will lead to the road I was looking for. So, that was 17 shots in a row. Obviously a hunter. So, a real sportsman uses an AK-47. Okay, so the deer trail is going this way, but then some of it still goes along that, but I'm going to follow her. It's pretty back in here. It's a little bit warm, but it's not too bad. I'm sweaty, but it's not doesn't feel desperate. Low 90s is doable. Notice I had enough sense to pick up a stick now to get spider webs out of my face. I am now going to cut back down this way. I can see where this trail goes, but it looks more and more overgrown. Oh, and Dakota's also just given up on it, so that works. I can see a path over this way, but this tree has gotten in my way. There's poison ivy that way, less poison ivy this way, so we're going to fight our way through. Yeah, I wish I'd turned around and just gone down the side of the backyard to get here and back. So, and there's another deer track going that way. Okay, I'm going to turn this off for a minute. So, this, I think this used to be the way that his now deceased neighbor used to get to his property on the other side, despite having his own entrance. I think this was just a little bit easier. There's still the trail here. Oops, my fingers are in the way. Classic. The trail's rather well worn in one track. Now, I don't know if that's because Dave and Nancy come down here and hike on it, or, oh, I'm sorry, spider, but you gotta go. Put you over here in that tree. Or if this is because of the deer passing through, or both. But yeah, this is worn down like it's a footpath. And a less used footpath, but still one that's pretty damn obvious. There should be a barn on the left up here. It's still kind of, clouds keep getting in front of the sun. It actually kind of looks like they might have had a little bit of rain out here. Like the ground right there it's nice and moist. Some of their pots, plant pots up there around their house were actually moist. Considering how dry it's been in Louisville, I am going to bet money that they've had a little bit of rain out here. I don't know. I'll look around. I think they've got a weather station on their barn. I might be able to tell if there's been any rainfall. Okay, so I'm going to turn this back off until we get to where I turn, unless something cool comes up. But yeah, you can see it, the path, and the creek's right over there. So, actually, if you look up the hill, you can, I can see like 3 different deer trails along through here. There's one just right there that's just to the side of this. So, all right, heading that way. It's another road that goes up the hill. I don't think this is the one I'm looking for. As a matter of fact, I'm positive it's not. But, how interesting. But the Blue Jays are not happy about us being in here. So, this is the quote-unquote creek, which is pretty dry. But, as you can see, it's the bottom's wet. The ground's very porous here, so I think this spends most of its time dried up. But boy, the Blue Jays are not happy about us being in here. Oh, it's a pretty little flower. So, there's that barn. So that means up here, I take a left. This actually looks like somebody's put rocks on this to pave it. Huh. This looks like it would suck to drive down. It would be uncomfortable, let's put it that way. It wouldn't be hard, but let's see. All right, so yeah, I think because the creek bed, I think, is over there. But no, this looks like it might be the creek bed now. Who knows? Might have been diverted. But this appears to be the... Well, did not have my stick up. I wonder how many spiders I'll have on me when I get back up to the top. Hopefully they'll all bail. I'm not really worried about anything I'm going to run into out here. Dakota, you might have the better idea, but there's the barn. So this must be the road over here to the left. So I'm just going to go this way. A little bit tall, but not seeing a lot of poison ivy in here. So I'm just going to... Yeah, here's my little road back up to the house. Oh, jeez. This needs to be mowed. Need to come down here with the bush hog and get this taken care of. That's what my grandpa would say. Except he would say it much more nicely like that than I just did. Come on, Dakota. We're going to go up the hill. I think Dave said he just emptied that barn out. He probably ought to take it apart and sell the wood. Barn wood is super popular for home decorating these days. Look at these cute little black-eyed Susans. They're little tiny things. Okay, I'm going to turn this off, and I'll be back towards the top of the hill. That butterfly was just circling around me. Oop, hi. You gonna come back? No? Okay. Much more road-like now. It just suddenly goes from overgrown to gravel, but I think that just might be because of water wash. And yeah, look how wet the soil is. This day must have had rain out here. There's another one, or maybe it's the same one. Man, you just don't see butterflies like you did even 20 years ago. We gotta stop using neonicotinoids, people. And I don't think anything's gonna happen before it's too late. All right, we're almost back up to the house. There's the an old camper, which is one of the party apartments, I do believe. And there's a pond over to the left. And there's another one up on the hill. I'm not gonna, on the other side from here. And I'm definitely not gonna walk over there. This is not horribly steep, but I don't know if I would want to do it in a two-wheel drive car. I mean, I could probably do it, but I wouldn't want to. I've driven up worse in a two-wheel drive car, but this car that I've got now is a little bit heavier than the one I did that in. I took mine out in the Red River Gorge, my old Sentra. It was a 90 Sentra, so it weighed like 1,200 pounds full of gas. I think it was ridiculously light. And I went and ran it way back into the Red River Gorge. And as long as I kept the front wheels going, that boat's just a dock now. This is kind of cool. There's a stage over here, and behind it there's another camper. Well, they got a collection of campers. I think he's got one nice Aerostar and then another one that's looks like it got driven under a bridge. It was a little bit too low for it, or into a big limb or something. But this is where the bonfire go, right up there. I need to ask him if I can snag back this old equalizer. It's probably not down here anymore. No, he's probably taking it upstairs, up to the barn. I don't know if he uses it. It's a graphic equalizer for PA system. It would be very, very handy for live performances and stuff. I've also had a DBX compressor. And if he doesn't use that, I'll steal that from him. Or steal it back. Oh, look, turkeys. I guess it's lucky for them that Dakota didn't see him. Oh, that was neat. Okay. Well, I'm back up to the top. This is Dave's workshop, the party barn. Got another camper. There's one back behind this. No. They're already gone. All right, have fun. They went up into the trees, dummy. Oh well. Here's my little car. No, I'm just going to say this is the end of this. That was a nice walk. I'm kind of filthy. And there's no telling how many spiders there are on me. So, but yep, definitely got my exercise in. And yeah, it's gonna be a nice drive back home. Especially if it stays kind of cloudy like this. I mean, it should be off and on sunny and under a cloud, so that's cool. Alrighty, I hope you all have a great Saturday evening at this point, and a great Sunday. Hope you do something fun tomorrow, and then I hope your week goes great too. And I will talk to you next time. Thanks for coming on a walk with me. I appreciate it. See you next time. Oh, by the way, like and subscribe, all that crap. Thanks. Bye. Where's Dakota? Say goodbye, Dakota. Goodbye, Dakota.